We're back live on lockdown, and I hope you guys are enjoying a great Saturday of lockdown. Make sure you do your chores, then you can have your beer afterwards. That's the rule. We're going to be catching up with one of my favorite dudes at the GXCCs. He started all the way at the back of the pack, came all the way through, and found his seat on the pro gate. Welcome, the Ripper, Ryan Ripley.
Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for the invite onto the show.
No, man, you were on the list from the very beginning. As far as success stories go in the GXCCs and racing in SA, you're one of the big ones.
Thank you.
So tell me where it all started, Ripper, because I kind of only knew you as a pro, and apparently you were a goon, but not too long ago as well.
Yeah, it's the goon days had to come, and they have to go eventually. So glad for that. But yeah, just a fun little story. See, as you can see, Fat Ryan on a 302 smoker. Yeah, so sort of all began where I bought Carter his first 50 and got tired of running across the field to pick him up and kickstart his bike. So I thought it would be best if I got myself something that I could follow him around and watch him, and if he falls over, I'll be right there. And that's where the bug bit. And yeah, so Travis and Carl Ensland sort of got me into the first GXCC, signed on as a WOW rider, bought a day license, and watched all the top guys lap me. It was fun. It was great.
Yeah, we all did that. We all did that. I think it was always my challenge to only get lapped once. That was my challenge.
Yeah. When you got Travis coming behind you on a 500 hooting, "Deet, deet, move out the way." And I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I doing? So yeah.
So basically it was Carter that got you racing then?
100%. 100%. He got me on the bike.
We'll have to blame him for that. We have to blame him for that next time I see him.
I'm very grateful for it.
Tell me about, let's actually start with Carter, to be honest, because he's been a little ripper. We've watched him coming on strong the last couple of seasons, and then this year he's arrived, He's become a real little player, but obviously he started just wobbling around in the felt, as they all did.
100%, yeah. So it was more the outright deal. He actually started off with motocross first, and I just didn't feel the click over there, so I felt more at home at the GXCC, and so did he. So yeah, he fits in nicely there. And this year he's definitely taken it seriously. Fitness is there. His head's always been there. He's always been so level-headed when it comes to riding. But yeah, it's just, I've actually been his nemesis. I leave the choke up because I get nervous, or I mess up his mix, or so quite detrimental. But yeah, he's a fighter and he's got the fuss bait. So yeah, I'm enjoying watching him go through.
You know, for me, as part of the media, it's actually one of the coolest parts for me. Someone tagged me the other day and said, "What's the best part of racing for you?" and the role that you fulfill at the events. I said, to be honest, it's watching the kids grow up and get better. And you've interviewed some kids who said yeah and no and thanks to Uncle or whatever, and then he's a pro 5 years later.
100%. There's no better reward.
Talk to me about the family connection. Obviously, you know, I always see you and the whole crew out there, and it seems to have just been a family jewel that's now become maybe a little bit more of a serious situation, but the family has never changed.
Yeah, 100%. So starting out, it was obviously for fun, which it still is, and I've got great support when it comes to my family, my wife, and Carter's there, and now little Scarlett's now from 3 weeks old. She's been on the race line. So yeah, when it comes to us as a household, main focus when it comes to what my wife cooks, what we do fitness-wise. She's really involved, and she pushes Carter to make sure that he's ready and prepared, and she's always got the snacks, and it's a nice day out for the family, especially the GXCCs. Everyone can come and join, and it's a nice day out. And yeah, like I said, grateful that the family's a part of it. And now that we're a little bit more serious, it's just got that much more fun. So yeah, enjoying it.
Let's talk about your journey then. And it was pretty rapid coming out of the goons and then starting to get that little bit of support, which obviously came in through Peps and Plastics, because that first year that they arrived, they had kind of a tiered system. You were either on the full factory squad or you're on support, and that's where you lined up.
100%. So I got the opportunity from Ian. He saw me at the Bronx one day, and I was still on a 300 two-stroke, and he said to me, would I like to be part of the support team for Peps and Plastic? Nothing serious. He said he'll just some support he can give. I need to get to the races and sort myself out. And yeah, that there is my first national. Changed over to a 450 FX, which for that race was not actually ideal.
I remember that race.
But
you needed a 125.
Yeah, 100%. So at least I wasn't in it alone. Everyone else was unprepared. So yeah, I think I came 53rd overall in that race. So yeah, like you said, it's been a quick, rapid grow, but it's a train that I'm enjoying, and I want to ride it as long as I can.
When you started to get good, and like you say, it really happened very quickly. You got seriously good, and then all of a sudden you were challenging for top fives, and then someone just pulled the handbrake up when you took that big dive.
Yeah, breaking my back was a big eye-opener, and I think everyone needs to come back to the law of progression. You can't defy it, you can't beat it. You need to sort of just wait in line and wait for the right time. And yeah, I can't blame anyone or anything for it. It's just something that happens. It teaches you lessons in life. And I'm just glad to be healthy and strong and back on the bike.
What was the repair bill to that one, as far as your body and time, and how long it took you to get back into shape after that?
Well, we haven't even reached the 1 year mark since I broke my back. It happened the 3rd of June, and I was in a brace for 14 weeks. I wasn't allowed to take it off 1 hour. It was 24 hours a day. So it was a tough thing to get my head around. Being a man and the man of the house, you always want to help and do things. And I just had a little girl, so couldn't pick her up and was dealing with that. So yeah, I wouldn't wish it upon anyone, but it teaches you big lessons in life. And I've learned from those, and I'm just glad we can go forward.
It's actually amazing that the timeline was as short as that. I was trying to put it all together myself before the show and think how quickly you got on a bike. And when you did get back on the bike, you got on the bike and ripped it. That basically got you onto that last national doubleheader, where by that stage, you were the fill-in rider for Kenny?
Yes, 100%.
So
that was a massive opportunity.
That doubleheader, because that was a hell of a rough track.
Let me tell you, after breaking your back, I wouldn't go ride Bronco Spray. But yeah, it taught me how to push in my own sort of strengths and not go wild, which is what I'm sort of known for. Before I broke my back, I was a lot more valve bouncer, and now I've sort of gone up a gear, got the revs lower, and yeah, it seems to be working nicely. So I'm really enjoying the way that my body's transitioned since that injury.
Yeah, I always thought you always looked like a 450 rider, but yeah, I agree. you're one of the aggressive ones, and they're always the ones that are cool to watch. So thanks for that. Let's just come back quickly and talk about Kenny. There's a reason you became his fill-in rider.
Oh yes,
because
Kenny and I go way
you've got
back.
such that strong relationship.
Yeah, so he saw me from the days of the 300, and from the day he saw me do it, he said, "Dude, you need to change bikes. You can't be on this thing. You ride way too aggressively. You need to be on a bigger bike." And that was the best thing he could have ever told me. So from that day forward, he mentored me into the 450 style, and I've always adopted his riding style into my own because, I mean, why not? Kenny's just got a beautiful riding style. He's a great rider overall, and I've had the opportunity and I've had the blessing of being able to ride and practice with him through his whole journey into the Dakar and through his injuries. We've stuck together, and we're the two that motor together. So yeah, it's been really good for me, and I believe that I owe it to him. How can I say it? That he's responsible for my fast transition. Being able to ride with him and steer with my eyes, it's just helped me get there a lot quicker.
You're right. To be honest, I do see a lot of Kenny in you. He's got that position, shoulders forward, elbows high, and probably just, like you say, rather than just leaning back and pinning it the whole time, and he almost calmed you down in a way.
100%. Yeah, he's so smooth. He looks slow, but trust me, he's not.
No, I believe that.
When we train together, it's flipping hard work. Yeah. He pushes me to my maximum.
Let's talk about 2020 then, because when you showed such good form at the end of 2019, it was a bit of a surprise to see you, I don't know, choose to not race round 1 GXCC, or was it a doctor's note? What was that? What was the deal there?
No, that was pretty much all my decision. What I wanted to do was focus primarily on Lesotho. Not being a tech rider, I wanted to give Lesotho everything I had. And I'd prepared for that type of riding. I hadn't really prepared for GXCC style. I had my bike set up for that type of riding. So I wanted to just keep it happy, keep it simple, and give Lesotho my everything. Unfortunately, the bike didn't make it through. So one of those things, that's what the sport's about. It's a recipe of things that need to come together. So yeah, that day just didn't happen. Just one of those things.
It was difficult, the timing at the beginning of this year as well, because when the calendar came out, I was really concerned because it was so early. I think GXCC 1 was the 1st of February, meaning we would race on the Saturday, and then if you're a national pinner, then you're rolling to Lesotho on Wednesday or Thursday.
Exactly, which played a big role in coming from injuries. I didn't want to risk it at all. I feel like it was a good decision looking at the numbers of injuries after that first GXCC. So yeah, I'm not in regret that I made that decision, but yeah, we'll take it from here.
So then just update me on the situation. I think I put a typo wrong when I was announcing that you were our rider, because I keep saying you're a pro and everything like that. But it's a tiered system at Husqvarna and with Pepsi Plastics. But you've still got a cracker of a ride.
Oh yeah, what a deal. I mean, without Ian Pepper, I don't know what I would do. We wouldn't be able to go out and race. So he's a massive role and contribution towards us. And I was lucky enough to join up with Taki as a teammate. And yeah, to be part of the Pepsi Plastics Motor Husqvarna support team was an opportunity that I just never saw 2 years ago. I never believed that I would be at a point where I could ride at that level. or with those people. I mean, I rode, I think it was Peter Hall's farm where Tucky won overall on a 250. He lapped me and I felt like I was standing still. That's less than 2 years ago. And now I get the privilege of riding with him, riding at his house, training with him. So yeah, these things have helped me progress as a pro rider. And yeah, like I said, I'm enjoying it and I'm going to ride it for as long as I can.
GXCC number 2, custom made for the Ripper. But how was that gate, man? I mean, I talked to everyone about that, and it seems like I'm a broken record when I say that every gate in 2020 is stacked. But it's the truth. And the Big Bang is scary.
Yeah, I mean, we got Pentecost this year now, Dart on a nice new bike. The numbers are there and the guys are all looking for that same podium. And yeah, it's tough. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's easy to hang there. It's really, it's hard work and it takes a recipe of things on the day. So, yeah.
Just take us through maybe the early stages and then the rest of the race of GXCC2, because it's very important for the start, but you do tend to be one of those tougher riders that gets a bit stronger towards the end of the race.
100%. So I feel like I get stronger as the track gets tougher. And I found my starts are terrible. So I always end up coming from behind. But it also teaches me then how to make those passes and how to earn that front spot. So like I said, law of progression, I'll take it and I'll keep pushing until I get that top step.
That track, if I was a decent rider like you, I would have absolutely loved that track. It's got those fun bits, but it also had that super highway as well.
Like, yeah, that section over there. There was so many like that you could double up. This sand section over here. What fun. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I know.
I think you're the first guy. You're starting to show some emotion that you're desperate to get back on your bike, eh?
Oh, biting at the bit.
Yeah, I love these shots as well because it really does tell the story. There was so much going on that day, and you know, what were you, like 5 or 6 on the day?
Finished 5th. Yeah. So
and when you look at who's lined up, that's tough.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much on that day I found that where you had found your way out in the first 2Ks is where you were going to sit, unless you made very big risks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was happy with that position based on the fact that you couldn't really make any passes. Yeah, like I say, I'm just aiming on getting better starts from now on.
Let's err on the side of positivity here. So obviously we're talking at the beginning of week number 4 of lockdown. What's your training program like down where you are? And what are you focused on and hoping to, what level are you coming out of this thing at?
Well, look, we obviously have no clue when this is going to end or what's going to happen with the racing after this. But we have to stay positive, have to stay fit, strong, and ready for when they turn the lights on again. So my main focus is just staying healthy, not losing sight of my nutrition, training every day. And then when I can get on the bike, I still have the privilege of being able to ride. So very blessed in that aspect. So yeah, I'm just focusing on fine-tuning what I've already done and maintaining.
How much are you talking to the other guys? Obviously, you know, your tight Chinas with Pepper and Taki and most of the rest of the guys on the gate. Everyone just playing the game at the moment.
Yeah, so whoever can get on the bike and get out there, they're doing it. And those who can't are obviously quite envious. But yeah, it is a situation none of us could foresee. So we're all doing our best to stay positive, keep each other going, keep each other positive. We exchange training ideas, things like that. So that helps just to motivate you when you wake up every day.
Oh, just as long as you don't start drinking eggs, okay?
No. I can't.
So I'm going to put a challenge out to you because I know Carter's down there with you, and I want to say, how's it to Carter? I want a Ripper and Carter goon vid, please. Okay.
100%. Challenge accepted.
Oh, I'm gonna make sure you deliver on that. Okay.
No, 100%. I don't even have to try. I can just go and get on the bike.
Peaks off, sleeves off, full goon.
Okay, 100%. Done.
Ripper, as you've seen, I just want to say thank you for joining us. It's great to chat to you. I'm so glad that Carter's down there hanging with you as well. Just thanks for finding the time for us and keep your chin up. But I'm going to hand it across to you now. Say thank you and give a shout out to whoever you want. And if you want to call goon on anyone, this is your platform.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate you guys having me on the show. It's always fun to chat to you. You are my favorite MC after all.
Thank you.
So yeah, while I've got this platform, I'd just like to say thanks to Peps and Plastics. Ian Pepper, like I said, plays a massive role. Taki Bojiajas, always been there as a teammate. Kenny Gilbert, always being there for me, motivational aspects and fitness-wise. And then Margie Smith for sending me programs while I'm down here so that I can keep fit, keep strong. She's a very, very good, how can I say? She's played a massive role in my fitness. And yeah, it goes a long way.
All right, cool, man. That's absolutely perfect. And if you need to chat to us again, just give us a shout. But for now, we'll say thanks and we'll wait for our goon delivery in the post.
100%. Stay well, guys.
Thanks, Ripper.
Cheers.
Okay, that is probably one of my favorite stories, because he really did come through so quickly and just shows what you can do. So all of you guys lining up at the back in the Pro-Am and the Wild class, there is light at the end of the tunnel. If you push hard enough and focus, you can be another Ripper. So we get ourselves ready to go into next week. Obviously, Monday, it's going to be Hollywood Hills, where we'll roll out all those goon videos. And we can't wait to show you some of the classics that got sent to us this week. Absolute pearlers. And then our next guest is going to be Tuesday next week, which is going to be the 21st of April. And it is our first lady on Live on Lockdown. She's been killing it in the GXCCs and the motocross gates in 2020. She's undefeated in the GXCCs at the moment. And Megan Yonker joins us live on Lockdown, 2 p.m. on Tuesday, the 21st. Tune in and we'll have a chat.